recently got a little preview of some new Monster Hunter Rise gameplay, featuring some new areas, new monsters, and additional info on what players can get up to in the hub Kamura Village. So here's a little rundown of the details for you to peruse while you wait for the full release, preferably with some strength and stamina boosting snacks to hand. Well, on that note, the first stop in our tour of Kamura Village is with Yomogi and her tea shop, where she sells a delicious new type of food, dango. You can use money or points to order bunny dango to boost your stats prior to a hunt. Dango are served on a skewer, so you can combine 3 varieties, with different flavors granting different boosts. For example, the appetizingly named Dango Feet is packed with edamame and will stop you from getting knocked to the ground during a fight, while the Peach Nectar will help your weapon stay sharp even when its attacks are deflected. You'll unlock new flavors of dango as you play through the game, and once you find a combination that works for your playstyle or towards your specific goals, you can save that flavor combo for quick ordering the next time you visit the canteen. And to be honest, that's probably for the best. Scrolling through the different flavors like matcha, sweet potato, chestnuts, apples, honey, and sweet bean every time is bound to make you very, very hungry. Dinner and a show. Amazing.
Here you go. Yay!
Elsewhere in Kamura Village, you have Khezu, the traveling merchant, who will have more items available as you increase your quest rank. If you're short on materials for crafting things like health potions or simply don't want to spend time out gathering the necessary ingredients, you can usually get what you need from Khezu instead. The Monster Hunter team wanted this character to get a little bit mysterious, which is why their face is covered, and why the color combination of their clothes is different to most other characters in the village. Intriguing. Next on our tour of the village is Buddy Plaza. One of the biggest change-ups to the Monster Hunter series in Monster Hunter Rise is the fact that players can now recruit new canines and felines through Iori in the Buddy Plaza. In Monster Hunter World, you had one partner Palico, and you had the ability to recruit new felines and monsters during each quest through the Tail Raider system. In Rise, you can create your own custom companions during the character creation process and hire others right here. Series staple Palicos return, of course, and will always offer their support out on the field. But Monster Hunter Rise is all about the introduction to the brand new canine Palamutes, which also offer offensive capabilities to support you during quests, as well as the ability to ride around on their backs. Apparently, once the development team decided to have both Palico and Palamutes in the game, they wanted to come up with unique mechanics for each type of companion. The ability to ride a Palamute came about because the team thought it would be fun to ride around on a big dog. And honestly, we cannot fault that logic. Oh, and in case you were wondering, yes, you can pet the dog. You can also play with them, shake paws, and offer treats. So good luck getting literally anything else done for a while. In Buddy Plaza, Buddy Expert Shirube and Buddy Handler Iori let you hire experienced canine and feline companions. You can take a ferry to go train in the Buddy Dojo, and after each quest you complete, new companions will be available for hire. There's also Feline Chief Kogarashi, who will send any recruited buddies on standby out on material gathering quests for you. Well, you know, it's good to keep busy. Choosing a buddy is pretty easy. You can review Palicos and Palamutes from a list, and their available combat moves are displayed on the right-hand side of the screen. You can hire multiple buddies of each type, if you have the money, and once you hire them, you can rename them. In single-player mode, you can be accompanied out on the field by both a Palico and a Palamute. If you hire more, they'll be sent to a reserve list, which you can manage from a buddy board. When you're playing online co-op, you'll have to choose whether to have one of your Palicos or one of your Palamutes by your side, and you can set everyone's equipment and weapons at the buddy board, which is pretty adorable. You can choose scarves and of course saddles for your Palamute before riding them off to meet your friends for battle. On the subject of offline versus online play though, there are specific quests for each mode of play. To play online or local co-op, where you join up to 3 other players in a lobby, you'll need to go and speak to Senri the mailman in the village. He's also where you can collect any additional add-on content you've purchased or claimed, or access the Nintendo eShop directly from the game. Speak to Senri to switch your village from offline to online mode, when other hunters will be able to join your game. You'll need to speak to him again to switch back to offline mode. And worth knowing, other hunters can use all of the facilities at your village while visiting too.
Special quest for you.
Once you're ready to take on quests, you'll need to speak to Minoto, who has a list of quests to choose from that are playable in both single and multiplayer. If you're playing in single player mode, her twin sister Hinoa will have village quests that are only available in solo play. The first quest we saw taken on as part of our preview was tasking the player with hunting a returning monster, the Khezu, on the Frost Islands, a 2-star quest. On quests, you can now interact with some of the endemic wildlife, like spira birds, to give yourself additional boosts like increasing your max health, defense, or stamina for as long as you're hunting. Other endemic creatures can also inflict status ailments like fire blight, which deal damage over time. Another endemic creature, the puppet spider, sounds lovely, can be used to help you incapacitate a monster so that you can initiate the new wyvern riding skill on it. Another new skill available to hunters is of course the wire bug, which changes up both traversal and combat. You'll have 2 charges of your wire bug initially, which refill over time, but you can find items that increase those charges to 3 for a while, as seen here. You can use the wire bug to fight, imbuing you with new silk bind abilities that also help weaken a monster, putting them into a down state and making them susceptible to wyvern riding. Oh, and just so you know, you can still complete side jobs like special deliveries on quests. They'll be turned in automatically on completion, which is handy.
Delivery complete!
So on to the main event, the hunt. The Khezu is a long-necked monstrosity that might have no eyes and resemble an uncooked chicken, but it will roast you with its electrified attacks if you aren't careful. It's hellish looking enough outdoors, but in caves and caverns it's even worse, as it climbs on ceilings to attack from above, which is just awful. While hunting one monster, you can come into contact with others and, because of wyvern riding, use them to your advantage. Once you damage them enough and use a silk bind attack or a puppet spider item, you can jump on the monster to ride it, attacking in front of you and executing a mounted punisher for a chunk of damage to your quest target. Once that's weakened enough, you can ride it too, to dish out even more punishment.
That's my ace! Nice!
That was quite the battle!
Successfully taking down the monster will, of course, allow you to harvest various body parts. Lovely. That you can then bring to Hamon the blacksmith in the village to craft into weapons or armor, or to research which pieces you'd like to create next. You can change your armor and weapons at any point in Monster Hunter Rise, and visit Hamon to keep building your arsenal, including weapons with new elements and abilities. Interestingly, each weapon interacts with the wire bug in a unique way, as it lets you get more creative with how you attack and move. I mean, pretty much everything crafted out of fleshy pink and white Khezu parts looks like an absolute nightmare to me, but who am I to judge, really? Next door to Hamon is Buddy Blacksmith Kazaki, who can use parts to craft equipment for your Palico and Palamute companions. Well, if veiny skin is what they like to wear, like some sort of adorable little serial killer. The maid outfit is kind of cute though, to be fair. Fashion. If you aren't feeling all that confident on hunts just yet, and you wouldn't be the only one, you can take yourself over to the training area, which can be customized and adapted to different levels of challenge.
Let us begin!
The second hunt we saw in the preview took place in the Flooded Forest, first introduced in Monster Hunter Tri. It's populated by a lot of huge ruins, and so players will need to make use of their wire bug to fully explore its harder to reach areas. This hunt had us take down the brand new Bishaten. Though, this being the Flooded Forest, plenty of flesh-eating fish were getting involved too. This fight further hammered home the importance of wyvern riding in Rise, and how other monsters getting involved were always an opportunity to do extra damage to your target. Sometimes more than one extra monster would get in on the fight, meaning you can just sit back and watch as they all lay into each other. And that's about it. We're quite looking forward to getting out into the field with friends and a whole menagerie of animals in tow. But how about you? While you wait, check out one of the other videos on our channel, like these great selections right here. Or you can see how we got on with the Monster Hunter Rise demo. Spoiler, not very well. But hey, we had fun all the same. We'll see you next time. Bye!